Hey guys, how's it going? My name is DeadlySpark and welcome back to another Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator video. Now today, I found this little nice section on the map that I've never been to before and looked like could be really cool for a battle. So I've set one up, which is a little bit interesting. I've got Ancient Greece on this side with red coats, and on that side I've got the Egyptians with blue coats. Um, so we've got the spearmen and the warriors over there, and here we've got essentially the equivalent with Spartans and Persians. So we've got basically spearmen and warriors over on this side too. The only difference is the Persians have shields, so I think they're a bit weaker than the warriors on that side. So it balances out in the end. Um, was curious about this area because it has multiple different sort of avenues you can take, and I was curious on how the AI would path through this section because it looks like it would be an interesting battle. So, without further ado, let's get stuck in and see how this goes. I believe each group has. Well, it seems like they're choosing their direction pretty concise. Um, There's about, I think there's 7,500 for each group. Um, so there's about, oh, what's the math on that? Uh, Something like 2250 or something like that, I think. Um, these group they've split on their pathing here. Well, they actually gone through the middle. I thought that some might go through the middle, uh, initially, but I didn't realize how steep it was. But they're still actually doing it, and none are going down the actual path, which kind of makes sense. It's good to also have a good four-way battle now that I can actually see the landscapes. They're going over the hill? Hmm. I didn't expect that. Oh, gunfire has started. So, it is warriors versus Persians. And the red coats are on the hill firing. And the blue coats are not firing from any hills. Interesting. So it seems like the red coats have, well, in a realistic sort of setting, a more advantageous position because they're all lined up on this hill, which which is fascinating because it seems like they've deliberately done it, even though the AI is probably not that good to have deliberately done something like that. Um, yeah, because they're all firing now. Like all the melee went straight through the middle, and they just went up. Oh, and this is definitely advantage ancient Greece because the units are just getting their way. Oh, by the way, I should mention this is still a thing, and I don't know if it's like on my end or if it's on the game's end. Like, I don't know, cause yeah, it's weird. It's not something that continues. Um, yeah, well, ancient Greece definitely seems better than ancient Egypt. Um, and I think that's just because most of them have gone to. Most of them went up here, so they're all trapped. So there's no actual backing up the lines like ancient Greece has. So they're already on here, not to mention that all the redcoats have been firing down upon them as opposed to, well, not all of the blue coats. Which now they've got some high ground and stuff and they're spread out, so they're pretty much all attacking now, but it was not the case before. And that could be very well be the difference, and I'm depending on how this goes, depending on how like easily one side or the other side wins, if it ends up being an easy fight, I might flip the script and put like all the ancient Greece plus red coats on one side, on the opposite side, and then put the blue coats and uh, ancient Egypt where the others were, and see if it plays out any differently. Because I think the biggest thing is this. I mean, because here, like, it's actually, like, somewhat even. Because because of the balance, but because of the lack of units backing up. I mean, there's this, and I feel like the only thing that's gonna prevent them is, I mean, this tumbling down the hill. That's not exactly great. But also, the more of them that come around the corner, the more they just get lit up by the redcoats. And yeah, this is another huge difference. Oh wow, look at all the spearmen that are stuck behind the redcoats. That's not good. But I mean, this is another difference. Look at them tumbling down though. They're probably all the dead ones. At least I'd hope so. But these units now get to attack the bluecoats directly. No real such event happened here, or maybe it did. Actually, it does look like it did a little bit, but I think there was just so many redcoats that it didn't matter. Yeah, this was a matter of time because, I mean, you're going up against guns, but like the fact that they lost a bunch of units just to melee, big shift. And even here, there's even more of them charging in. And this reminds me of the bridge battles we did where one side would lose the melee battle, which means they lost the whole fight because there was an imbalance of ranged units by the time all melee units were defeated. Though I don't think the same thing tends to happen here with guns because it's just a matter of time before they all fall. Now we wait, I suppose, because this is the long bit where the guns take each other out. Especially with the inaccuracy. I mean, the redcoats have entirely given up their high ground, nearly, in favor of getting closer, which is not oh, he's gone for a roll. Oh, nice. I think they still have high ground as compared to them though. This is the only real advantageous position that the bluecoats have now, but it's still an advantage. Definitely when you have less accuracy too. Firing down into a huge pack, you're more likely to hit something than firing up to a relatively small line behind the trees. Because, I mean, ground level, you don't really see much. I mean, the AI sees all, but, you know, that's another story. Down here, not really much to be seen. But up here, look at that. You see the whole battlefield more or less up here. Down here is just, you're stuck in the alleyway, in the valley. This is such a pretty location. Wow, these get the fields of death. This is wild. Are they redcoats? Look at that. What are they doing getting this close? They're wild. They're running into melee combat. What are they doing? They're mad. The redcoats are bloody mad. The bluecoats aren't that crazy. Can they actually... Do they actually have melee attacks? Because it just makes no sense that they're running in. Oh, this is... It's just a nice shot. Like, structurally. But there's lots of death inside. Lots and lots of death. Yeah, look at them. They're all just... They're mad. Yep. Conclusion, half the units on each side are just mad. Dude, I wish this glitch didn't exist. It sucks. I can't get up close. Oh my god, look at them falling down the hill as they die. Or even just getting shot. I wonder who's winning. Seems like there's actually seems like there's more blue coats, which is strange. Oh, don't tell me all the red coats have just died here. Oh, that's a lot of dead red coats. Yeah, I think no matter which side each side starts on, it's gonna end up being fairly close, because I guess it's just down to the accuracy of each side and how stupid they're gonna be running into battle. Though, yeah, no, it's hard to see who's gonna actually be a winner out of this without actually looking at the numbers and going, oh, they're losing more faster, or they've got more. Which is what I like. I mean, on this side, for example, there is more red coats. There's only a little bit of blue coats here and a little bit of blue coats here. Barely any on the hill anymore. And we've got, you know, Group A and Group B over here, which are finishing them off. But on this side, there's really not that many red coats, and still a whole valley of blue coats. Absolutely raining down fire. So this still is somewhat balanced. If I was to wager, I'd say red coats will probably win. I think there's a little bit more overall, but it's a tough one to call. Mainly because even though there's more blue coats on this side, it's still harder for them to take shots at these guys. And I think it's easier for these red coats to take out these blue coats. So I think these red coats will finish those blue coats before those blue coats finish off them, and then they will shift over, and then that's when the advantage will truly show itself. Though some of them are absolutely maniacs and are running over here to their death. So maybe I've picked the wrong side to wager on. Red coats really like getting into melee range. You don't have bayonets. Why are you getting this close? If you had bayonets and could actually melee, this would make sense, because you'd run up and then you'd start stabbing each other. But that's not the case. They're just losing numbers on this side. I mean, they're doing it over here too. And it's really only the red coats. Only a couple of blue coats are insane. Seems like half the red coats are insane. And a tenth of the blue coats are insane. That's probably why they're falling off this damn cliff. Still such a fascinating turn to this battle. You see the blue coats. Sorry about that. Bit tired this morning. The blue coats are starting to push around the corner, which is a bit dangerous, but there's a little holdout of red coats right there from this side. Must be just less and less blue coats, so they're like, yeah, fuck it, we're going to the other side. Look at them, this group is like halves, because they've all ran up here now. It's like the closest I can get without incurring the wrath of blocks. And that's their view. They're rounding the corner and getting lit up by the red coats. Here, look at these blue coats. So much death. Look how close the red coats have gotten. They're like, yeah, we're gonna fucking run in your face. These blue coats are like, oh fuck, what do we do? It's wild. So many red... the red coats are insane. Oh no, they should... I don't know if it's something they can do, but they should add like a multi-type attack system. where certain units get two types of attacks. Because normally these guns have, these types of weapons have bayonets. Muskets tend to anyway. But either way, I think it's still think it's interesting that like the redcoats seem to be programmed to run in close where they would bayonet, but they just don't have one to do it. Oh well, how many redcoats left up here? Oh yeah, a few. Yeah, more or less what I said would happen happened, and this side won over here, or was winning so comprehensively that they already started moving. But yeah, as soon as they moved across to this side, that's pretty much like the battle, because there's barely any French left, any of the blue coats. So yeah, this has been a comprehensive victory. Now they're getting the high ground. Look at these guys. Fuck, there's blocks everywhere. Yeah, good. They're just firing upon all of them now. Well, now we pretty much know the outcome. It's the French are gonna lose. We can push C and have a look. Yeah, look, how about that? It's actually surprisingly closer than I thought. I thought there was a lot more redcoats left actually. So maybe we did jump the gun a little bit with calling it actually. Oh no, a bunch of redcoats are blue coats are dying now. I think it's just their positioning. It's harder to hit them. But they're low on health. They must be, and that's why they're starting to die. Though these ones, okay, these ones are dropping. This is where the numbers are falling, I think. Yeah, no, it's definitely. I was worried that I called it too soon, when it was actually way closer than I thought it was. Like, I think there was 150 in it. Now there's more than 150 in it, and it's going way out of proportion. But, wow. This is probably one of my closest battles yet, and even with the mixed landscape, I wonder how this would turn out if it was like a complete flat environment where everything was dead even. Then it would just be a show of strength. See which side's just stronger. But yeah, we're about to lose. We're about to lose. The blue coats are about to lose, and this is about to be not as resounding and comprehensive victory as I thought it was gonna be. There seemed to be much more. I think the greater force of units is up here now. Even then, there's not that many. It's just a handful of units just around. But, well, I think with that, we will start to call it. Thanks guys for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, feel free to subscribe. This has been Ultimate Epic Fight Simulator. I'll see you in the next video. Bye. If only the tsunami washed the bug away.